Welcome, 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 welcome. Wow, you guys got quiet so nicely. Thank you all for being here. This is an amazing show of love for Rainbow Village. My name is Susie Collat. I am chair of the board of Rainbow Village, and I am so incredibly proud. We've got a lot of our board members here. Either stand or wave your arms or do something so that people know exactly who you are. Some of you are over there, here. Our board is so proud of what's going on here today, and just look around and see everybody that's here. You know, Rainbow Village is all about transforming the lives of those that are experiencing homelessness. And that mission really holds true to everything that we do. We provide hope, we provide healing. You know, we try to move people along and get them back to being on their feet. And we have a lot of success stories. The whole reason we're here, obviously, is right over there. Some of you are going to be able to, whenever you want to, take a walk over there, see the equipment that's gone up and the work that's being done, and we couldn't be prouder. We are going to have a short program. I am going to introduce the next person, and we're just going to flow right along. And I just want to say thank you. But one thing important to know is if you're not involved in Rainbow Village, if you're just here for the first time, or you're thinking about, you know, what to do with your lives, I tell you what, and it's true. My poor husband just recently retired, and he's really getting involved with Rainbow Village, so it's a good thing. But you step foot in this place and you go on a tour and you see what's going on and you see what's provided, and you go take a look in each of these rooms at, you know, the academy and what's going on in there, and, you know, the Aspire program and Thrive, and you realize that it's much more than just helping people get back on their feet. It's taking them to the next level, and it's making sure they stay on their feet, because we don't just say 2 years goodbye. We keep in touch, and we really push that along. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to call on the esteemed mayor of Duluth next, and thank you guys.
Good morning. How's everyone today? I'm going to address the obvious. I thought this was outdoors. I have sunglasses on. The prescription, so I can't change out that one today. All right. So also, I will tell you that if you're losing my voice, if I'm swaying a little bit, we survived the weekend, the Fall Festival. So it was really good. It was a great weekend. What I'd like to say about, well, first of all, I was asked to introduce some of our dignitaries, but I don't have a list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, if you're a state representative, if you'll just kind of stand or wave your hand. Anybody in here from that? If not, I know Lisa Marie Bristol is here for our county solicitor. I've got a funny story about Lisa Marie. It's not really about Lisa Marie, but it's a small world. So for a living, I do insurance, right? So I've got 2 connections with Rainbow Village. And I was traveling with my loss control representative in DeKalb County, actually visiting some funeral homes and looking at them and stuff. And I didn't put the last name together. And as we're driving down the road, she says to me, my cousin's the county solicitor. I'm like, what? And she just moved here from New York, I think. And so it was just a small world. It's just a small world. But we also do have 2 of our council members here, Manfred Grader and Shanae Johnson Cummings. I still have a hard time with that. I'm getting there, Shanae. What I'd like to say about Rainbow Village is, I was thinking about this on the drive over here. I have actually been engaged with this organization since 2005, which is when we finished our Leadership Gwinnett class, when Nancy Yancey was in the class. I have been working with this organization back when the facility, oh, there she is over there, okay. And I've been working with this organization back when the houses were in the Georgia Power easements down in Norcross and stuff. And I was on council when Rainbow Village found this piece of property and was able to bring their organization to Duluth, but also kind of centralize the operations of what you're doing, as well as expanding what you're doing, which is what we're here to celebrate, right? The more expanding. And the interesting thing was the community really didn't want Rainbow Village here. But the interesting thing was they didn't understand it, right? And then once Nancy showed up with some testimonies and everybody started crying at City Hall and it was just this amazing experience. And I don't know if you remember that experience in that day, but it was almost like Rainbow Village united our Duluth community behind the mission of serving those in need. And it was just an amazing thing to watch. It really was. And since then, of course, the organization has been expanding. There's been some transition, and I've made really close friends with Ms. Connor here, Ms. Melanie Connor, who I've finally gotten leadership Gwinnett also, so she's going through that right now. But what I tell people about Rainbow Village is that Rainbow Village doesn't offer temporary housing in situations where you're in transition. Rainbow Village takes people who are in a hopeless situation, loves them, supports them, teaches them, engages them, and then gives them a new life. Amen. Right? So this is a program that changes lives. And so we always want an organization like that to thrive, and we like to see them to grow, and we love that you're in Duluth. So with that, I'd like to welcome everybody here to Duluth. I'm so glad that you're engaged in this organization. If you have friends that are not, invite them to. It takes a village to support those in need and to raise people up out of hopelessness feelings. And this organization is a proven example of how that's done. And we're proud to have you here in our community. For that, I just welcome everybody here. And I'm supposed to turn this over to Ethan Knight. Sorry, man. All right. Thank you. All right.
So, hello everyone, I'm Ethan Knight Scott, and this is Sharon Hurd. We manage the affordable housing funding from Gwinnett County that has gone into this project. Thank you, Melanie, thank you. And we're just so proud to join you all here today as we celebrate Rainbow Village starting constructing its next phase. And our funding into this project is part of the county's broader mission to create and fund more affordable housing throughout all of Gwinnett County. And we support that funding through a multi-million-dollar grant that has gone into this next phase. So very happy about that. I'm sure Rainbow Village is as well. So our strong support for this project is because of the Rainbow Village organization and the unique mission that Rainbow Village fulfills in Gwinnett County. So we know that there are likely hundreds of individuals who are experiencing homelessness in Gwinnett County as of this moment today. And there are thousands more who are staying with family and friends with no guarantee that they will still be housed tomorrow. Even more people have an apartment or a house, but they don't know if they'll make their next rent payment, and they don't know if they'll make their next mortgage payment. Homelessness is truly a crisis that can impact anyone. And it goes hand in hand with the housing affordability crisis that's affecting everyone in America and in Georgia right now today.
And I just want to point out that this project is about so much more than just bricks and mortar or another housing development. It's about creating stability, opportunity, and hope for the families who will call this place home. Through Rainbow Village's initiative to expand their campus and increase the supply of affordable housing, doors will open and opportunities will grow, ultimately providing many vulnerable households with the safety, security, and support that they need to thrive. We all know that this is the kind of impact that lasts for generations, which is why Gwinnett County is so excited to support Rainbow Village and their mission to increase their affordable rental housing portfolio. Our housing team is deeply appreciative of the collaboration between Rainbow Village and Lubin Enterprises, and we are honored to support your work and to call you our partners. Thank you for inviting us to be here and for allowing us to share in this special day. We look forward to witnessing the lasting impact that this development will have on the community, and we offer our congratulations to the entire team for their work in making this project possible.
Thank you so much. I'd like to start off, first of all, with thanking each of you for giving us the opportunity and trusting us with this project is very, very special. I'd like to speak in a little bit of a different direction. As I travel around the country and many housing authorities around the world, there's one issue that's important to everybody: peace in your community. Everywhere you go, I hear the same thing. I talk to industrial leaders. We need peace. No question we have to have zero tolerance for violence, but we can also talk about a positive peace. You cannot have a positive peace in the community without several important factors. One is the equitable distribution of essential resources. We're talking about housing, we're talking about food, we're talking about health care, we're talking about education. You've got to have workforce development. People have to know there's an opportunity for economic success and economic advancement. And of course, what we're doing here with workforce development is so important to make that happen. A community has to have a high level of human assets. What that means, you have to have educated people. You have to have people that can have jobs in new industry, new factories, new service projects. And of course, that goes back to education. When I first saw this and looked through here, I saw, and that's what I thought, that's what Rainbow is doing, is creating the pillars of peace in a community that has a big need for that, and that's happening. So, first I thank you for the opportunity for Lumen Enterprises, and let me introduce Ty Peters, some of our two. Ty, where are you? There's Ty back here, and I want to introduce Nate Horton. Nate, where are you? He's back there, and David Lubin, and if you ever have any things we can help with, let me know and I'll call them, okay? They're the great. So the second part, I'm thanking you as a human, as a member of a community for doing what you need to do to bring peace to this community and peace to this world. And with that, I'll turn it over to Teresa.
Teresa Curry with Axis Companies. We were the architects and engineers for the project, and we were just so incredibly grateful to be part of it. We're thrilled that we're starting construction. There's so much that happens behind the scenes to get us to this point, variances and permits and land acquisition. So it's been a long time coming, and we're just so excited. And we're thrilled that this will be completed soon, and we'll be serving members of the community. So I think I now turn it over.
So I have to tell you, Teresa didn't really want to speak, but thank you, Teresa. So listen, none of this happens without a village, right? People have already mentioned that. And I always love, David always calls us Rainbow, so I love it. You know, when you're known by one name, you know you're somebody, right? Like Prince or Cher or somebody like that. So Rainbow it is. Want to recognize the staff, though. I don't know where they are. They're probably out doing other things, but you'll see them throughout the campus. They have on the blue shirts with the Rainbow Village logo on it. Really want to thank them for all of the support that they're doing to help make all of this happen as well. We just had our golf tournament on this past Monday. We have this today, and then we have our gala Saturday. So we might be shut down for a week. This is all over with. I already have recognized the board, grateful for the support that the board provides for us and all the things that they do behind the scenes that we don't always know are happening. And I want to recognize two people. There are a lot of people in this room. I could call everybody's name, but there are two people I do want to recognize. One of them is my predecessor, Reverend Nancy Yancey. Everybody doesn't know you, so stand up so they can see you real quick. Stand up, stand up. Yeah. So Nancy was the CEO here for about 125 years. And she built this initial campus, and she is the person on whose shoulders I stand, so I'm grateful to you, Nancy. And then I also want to introduce Barbara McCoy. Barbara McCoy may not be a name that you know, but the reason that we're able to build these new apartments is because Barbara owned the land and she sold it to us. So we want to recognize Barbara. Where are you, Barbara? Where are you? Where are you? There she is. All right. I I also want to say, Barbara, because Barbara and I got to know each other real well over the last 2-3 years. We had lots and lots of conversations and emails, but we were able to come to an agreement, and we were very grateful for this opportunity to be able to build additional housing on that land. Want to thank Lubin, Gwinnett County, Axis, and Collaborative Housing Solutions. They couldn't be here today, but grateful to them as well. I've gotten to know Ty and Nate and Ramon and some of the other guys who are over there working, so very, very appreciative of their presence and all the things that they're doing to support the organization. And I'm going to say this, when I was planning this, because we had so many events going on, I was trying not to involve the staff too much, so trying to do as much as I could without them having to do a lot. And we initially started by Brittany set up something, and we were limiting the number of people that could come. So we stopped it at 75, and then more people were like, well, I want to come. And I was like, sure, come on, it's fine. And so she bumped it up to 100 people, and then we got to 100 people, and more people would say they wanted to come. And I was like, yeah, sure, come on, it's fine. And of course, my staff was like, where are these people going to go? We're going to do it. Don't worry about it. But this is what I love about opportunities like this. This is the overflow. Overflow actually means that there's an abundance, an overflowing of blessings in the community. So this, to me, is exactly what's supposed to be happening. We're supposed to have this overflow. The God that I serve says that he can do exceeding abundantly more than I can ask or think. So, and I have a fantastic imagination. So this is amazing. So this sign that's behind me kind of outlines the main purpose of the campaign that we're doing. This is not just about building buildings, although that is one thing that we're doing because we want to be able to provide more housing. But we're also going to be building capacity because if you know, when you own something, you own it. Right? So if you own something, there are still other things that you need to do, changes that you need to make on the current campus. For instance, this floor that you're on right now used to be a daycare center. We closed that in 2020 and decided not to reopen it. I was secretly very happy about that, but because it was a lot of work. But we closed that down. But now, because we're going to have an additional number of families, we're going to need this space for classrooms and other things. So sometimes we don't always understand how things are operating, but God is already orchestrating things on our behalf. So that's what's happening here. The other thing is that we will be building sustainability. So we have started an endowment as well, because we want to be able to make sure that we can do and provide these services for years and years and years to come. So the endowment will allow us to do that. So we have 3 main purposes for the campaign. That's why we call it a capital campaign plus. It's not just a capital campaign, not just about bricks and mortar, but about a great many things that we're trying to do. They tell me that the construction for our lovely new buildings will be done sometime around this time next year. So put it on your calendars to come back for the ribbon cutting in about a year. That's what we're planning on at the moment. I want to do a couple of things real quick right now. So there is an error on one of these signs that's in the building. There's an error. I saw it yesterday. Almost died. If you find the error, don't point it out. If you find the error, you'll win a prize. Okay, I'll tell you what the prize is later. It might be lunch with me or something like that. But if you find the error, you win a prize. Thought I'd put that out there. That makes me feel better because when people say, that's not spelled right. Okay, so now it's out there. No problem. I do want to invite you to visit the rooms. So the rooms that are out here talk about each of the programs that we have available. There's information on not only what we're doing now, but what we're going to be doing with the families as they move in. So if you've not been to Rainbow Village in a while, there's an opportunity for you to go and see what those things are. We have refreshments that look really good. I know some of you got some of those already because you just tipped in like, I'm not waiting. But we appreciate that as well. You do have the opportunity, if you like, to actually go up to the construction site. We're gonna do the obligatory shovel picture out here because it's just a lot going on up there. But you absolutely can go up to the site. It is up the hill and then down the street, and there'll be some staff standing up there to kind of direct you and tell you where you can go. You can go in, take a look, see all the dirt. It's amazing. But I do welcome you to go up there and see that if you want. They're doing some fantastic things. It's a space that is only 3/4 of an acre, but it's going to provide 36 additional homes for families. So that's amazing. So I thank you for being here. There are a few of you on this row right here that I need to hang around for a second so we can take our obligatory shuttle picture. And then after that, we'll be back to kind of walk around and chit chat. Staff is prepared to be in the rooms to answer any questions that you might have about anything that's going on. I am very, very, very grateful for all of you. I really, really am. I appreciate you showing up. Whenever you have a party, you never know if people will show up. But y'all showed up, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. God bless you.
You what?
Greg, so let me address the audience.
I know, yeah.
That was
yeah.
We're gonna put it
Yeah, you can
Greg,
adjust it.
right there.
Oh, sure.
Where's Brian? Come on, Brian. No, you do not.
Ah.
No, but you need another.
It looks good on you.
If you hear that horn, that means you're car, push the
Well, that's right here. We have to run.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's going to be 6 with shovels, including
6 shovels.
So we're going to leave kind of a room here for the 6 hopping. Actually, you know what? I've got it. Go ahead and step down off this. Are you all y'all going to actually?
I'll get a picture. I want to get a picture. You guys take that.
Melanie, are y'all going to actually get to the
Actually get round here.
Yes, ma'am. I can pop that down.
He had me move down here.
You want us to use this? Yes. Okay, perfect.
Oh, Brian.
I'll be over here.
If you're not in the middle yet, go ahead and scoot on over.
Shovel man.
And we'll just even this out a little bit. Maybe get some of you guys on this side.
You want us forward or back? You tell us.
Yep. Wait for it. You know where you get to go. There we go. I'm gonna have you come on the picture. Okay. There we go.
I was just going to say, do we want to?
There we go. Are y'all actually gonna? Okay. So why don't we this row, just to make it a better picture, step down.
Okay.
And then you guys are gonna have a little bit of a ledge there. So we'll get all the shovels in the front.
Come down with us. You're one of us. There we go.
And then you guys can kind of find a gap and just get as close as you can to that next row in front of you. Yep. And you guys can step down here if you want to. Just a little bit. And you can step on around. It's fine.
Paparazzi.
All right, so this is the middle. If everyone just angles a little
Okay,
towards the middle.
do you care that these, do you want a specific
Just
color?
angle one.
Oh, Blue, I'm sorry, but I just didn't know if you wanted the ribbon colors in these. Work it.
Yeah, no, I kind of do.
We find these switches.
Yeah, we'll do it here.
Is that okay, or do you want to?
Alright, so I'm gonna have you come on this side of Melanie. Yep, keep going. Yep, can you scoot into that gap? You scoot into that gap? Yep, there we go. There we go. Alright. Everybody's looking right this way. We got good smiles. We're all happy to be here.
Yes.
There we go. Ready? 1, 2. Ready? 1, 2. And just kind of pretend you're putting some effort in there. You got to put a lot of effort into it. Alright, ready? 1, 2. And again, ready? Let me get a little bit of a lower shot here. Ready? Ready? Alright. Good? I think we're good.
3 or 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Not that it matters.
You count on
All right, everybody ready?
I think we're supposed to go like.
And in 3. Let's hear it. 3, 2,
I know.
So come.